I went and got oat milk and I like dried my face. And but anyway, you just don't want to put your pain on someone else to cause them pain, just because when you're hurting and depressed, it feels like you're the only person that's going through that. That's why it sometimes helps to like talk to people about how you're feeling and what you're going through. And of course, not everyone is going to understand how you feel. So upset and you don't believe anything anyone says. And it sucks because people try so hard to be there for you, but there's just like there's something inside you holding you down, and it doesn't let you like, it just shuts you down. It shuts everything down. Like, you don't want to do anything at all. And it just sucks because there's so many people out there that are depressed and feeling the way that every other person is feeling, but they don't know how to like handle it or how to get better because they're scared of getting more hurt, so they don't talk to anyone about it and they just hold it in, and they physically hurt themselves and mentally they think bad about themselves. I constantly do that, and it's the worst thing ever because everyone just wants to be positive about themselves and love themselves, right? But it's hard when you have other people saying stuff and like you're going through your own stuff, but they don't know that because you don't express that. You try to show that you're very happy all the time, so you put like this fake face on, and it just sucks. And it's hard for people going through that because they don't know how to express it, or like I said earlier, they're like too hurt because they opened up to someone and that someone like just, I don't know how to like explain it, but they just weren't there for them, and they thought they could trust that person, but they ended up hurting them. And it just sucks because then after that one person that you trust, because we always have that person, like that one person that we trust with our life, like we can tell anyone to, anything to that one person, right? Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. And after that person like shows that you can't trust them, it sucks because then you feel like you can't trust anyone. So have thoughts, like bad thoughts, and sometimes I feel like I'm not going to be fine, and just I shut down completely and I don't know what to do, and I just shut myself out from the world, and it sucks. But sometimes, I don't know, it's just hard and confusing, and it sucks feeling the way that you do because you only have one life and you don't really want to like be upset about things, but sometimes we can't control how we feel about things and like how we take it in. And I try to be as positive as I can, but some days I'm just really off and I don't feel like talking to anyone, and I have like a bad attitude towards everyone, and I don't want to have that because I don't know what that person is going through. And if I like go off on someone just because I'm upset about my own things, I know that's not right, but I mentally cannot stop myself from going off on that person just because I was already so upset, and then that person just like triggered it. But that going off on someone when you're upset just because you're upset, it can impact someone like in a big way because they could already have stuff going on with their life, and like they could already have a bad day, be having a bad day, but you don't know that because they want to show that they're happy, but you don't know that for sure until you know their backstory. Well, not like their backstory, but like you know a little bit about them. And sometimes with my good friends, I know when something's off just because they like act a different way, or they like, because I'm like a hype person, man. Like I'm a hype person and I dance literally 24/7 when I can, but I'm like, and those people, they dance with me, but like if they aren't dancing with me, then I know something's wrong, and I just sit down and talk with them and ask them, are you okay? Like, are you really okay? Because sometimes people just want to say they're fine, but they're really not. Like, they just don't want to open up to that person, because then they're just, the emotions are just going to go everywhere. And I know that feeling because it's happened to me multiple times throughout my life, throughout even my high school. Like, those 2 years that I've been in high school, not even 2 years, just like a year and a quarter of throughout high school. Like, right now I'm a sophomore. Last year it was an emotional roller coaster, and I went through so many things because that group of people, and then I just had my own things at my home. And last year I lost the most important thing to me that's like not human. It was dance, and it's just really affected me because every day after school, or like even in the summer, just waking up and being able to go to dance and being able to see those people that made me feel happy, and just dancing just makes me happy. And it was really hard on me to not like be able to look forward on that, and it just sucked a lot. Because you're always gonna have that one thing that you look forward to. Even if you don't feel like you have that one thing, look for that one thing that you can look forward to, and don't stop doing that. Like, honestly, do anything that makes you happy. When you're depressed, you're lazy a lot, but you can't be lazy when you're trying to find that one thing that does make you happy. You have to keep on pushing yourself, and you have to strive for that one thing. If you don't find it, keep looking. Like, even if it's just sitting outside listening to music or looking at nature, do that one thing. Go to the extreme to find that one thing that does make you happy, because I guarantee you there's gonna be that one thing. I don't know how many times I've said one thing throughout the like past minute, but I promise you there's gonna be that one thing for everyone that makes them happy. And I wish that this world didn't have bullies, or like I wish everyone was happy and didn't have like such a negative impact on each other or on themselves, and everyone just loved themselves. And even if you're like fat, I don't mean this in like a rude perspective or place or like meaning, but like in a positive meaning. Like, just everyone should be happy in their own skin, and if they're not, do something to change that. Like, there are things that you can do to change it. You're not just stuck like that. You're the person who makes your day. You're the person who can change your day around. You're the only person that can do that. And that person that I was with, they told me that, and I started looking at my days differently, and like my life and the opportunities I had. Because before then, I would just like be whatever, I'm alive, blah blah blah, all these other people are alive. But ever since that person told me that you're the only one that can change the way you think about yourself, or like the way you see other people, and how you can make your day go about, it just really changed me and impacted my days. Trying to be more positive about myself, because I'm not the most positive about myself. And yes, people say I have a good body, but once you've stared in the mirror, like however long you have, I stare in the mirror every single day, constantly. Like, every chance I get, I literally look at myself in the mirror, or even like in a reflection. to see how I look, like if I look bad or something. And once you do that for a while, you start to pick out all your flaws, and you only see the flaws. Like, you don't see the beauty and uniqueness that you have. I don't even know if uniqueness is a word, but it's the only way that I can describe it. Like, you only see the flaws that you have. You don't see who you truly are. If we didn't have mirrors and like reflections of ourselves, we would have to go based on what people say. And sometimes people don't always say, like, they don't see you how you should see yourself. Like, they say cool things like fat, or like, I don't like this word, but like retarded. Have mirrors. If we saw ourselves for the first time, I would think that, like, I am beautiful. Like, wow, I've never seen someone like me. Like, you're unique. There's no one else like you at all. You're your own person. You make yourself to be your own person. And I think if you're going down a negative spiral, that you can turn that around and go up a positive spiral. If that makes no sense, but like, I don't like explain what's going through my head right now, because there's just like so many emotions going through my head right now. Like, I feel like I'm a train wreck, because like I want to cry, but I'm also trying to be happy, you know. Being young is hard until you start to love yourself and figure out who you are, because when you don't love yourself, you listen to what other people say, and then you start seeing that like in yourself. When there's so many people overtaking your thoughts, then those things that those people say, you start to see them. I literally just said that, but it's true. Like, everything I'm saying right now, it's true. Okay, sorry, my mom called. Honestly, I don't remember what I was talking about, but just be positive around other people, and keep your, like, comments to yourself. Don't ruin other people's days just because you're having a bad day. If you're having a bad day, talk to someone that you trust, and it just helps a lot. Even though you feel like you don't want to talk to anyone, I promise you it's gonna help when you get it out. I feel happy. I could go I could go run a mile, honestly. Like, even though I feel like crying right now, just cause like I was in a bad mood to the point where I got driven home from school because people were saying stuff. I feel like crying because I'm in such a better mood, just because I talked to you guys about how I was feeling, and I just want to share like the message that people are going through things, and if you are having like a hard time, talk to someone. And honestly, if you want to say bad stuff about people, write it down in a journal, or like even in your notes, in your phone. Don't say it to that person, because you don't know what that person's going through already, and you don't know how they feel about themselves already, and it can make someone's day, even if you just smiled at them in the hall. And try to be a positive person, even if you're not a positive about yourself. This video literally makes no sense, but it makes sense in my head, and I hope you guys like understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So thanks for watching my video. If you liked videos like this, just talking to you guys about subjects that's going on throughout the world, comment down below, like and subscribe, you know the drill. And I hope that I'm gonna be more active on YouTube and make more videos. I'm gonna try my best, but I have a pretty busy schedule, and I'm not always like in the mood to make videos. Just like, I can make videos about like just sitting down and talking to you guys. That's I'm okay with. It's just like trying to be a positive person. Like, doing stuff like that, it's hard for me because I'm not positive every single day. And yeah, I don't know where this is going, but yeah, that's just all I have to say.